Historically, Mahale Mountains was not conserved. The area was inhabited by the Watongwe and Waholoholo tribes that lived in these mountains until 1979. It is estimated that these communities lived here, together with chimpanzees, and the people's population increased with time, reaching approximately 12,500 people, something that would endanger the lives of wild chimpanzees. From the year 1961, an organization dealing with chimpanzees research was established in this area, and that is why the communities were evicted to give space for research and conservation of chimpanzees in Mahale Mountains. Just like the sister park Gombe, Mahale has been the center of chimpanzees conservation, and it is estimated to be the only park in Tanzania with most population of chimps. Approximately 700 wild chimpanzees live in this park since the Japanese researchers started researching chimps in Mahale from the 1960s. Mahale Mountains National Park was established in 1985 under the Government Gazette number 262 of the 14th of June, 1985. The park is located in Kigoma region, Uvinza district of Western Tanzania. The origin of the park's names comes from the mountain ranges that crosses the park from northwest to southeast with a length of about 50 kilometers. The peak of these mountains is called Nkungwe, which is raised to a height of 2,462 meters from the sea level. This peak is said to be the highest of them all on the shores of Lake Tanganyika. The park has played a major role in conserving tropical forests, also conserving the fish in Lake Tanganyika, because in this side of the lake, there wasn't a place that was conserved to protect species of fish that are found here. The national park covers an area of 1,613 square kilometers with a land area of 1,517 square kilometers and 96 square kilometers of water inside the Lake Tanganyika, which is one of the longest lakes in the world with a length of 673 kilometers. The park is located in Mahale Mountains on the shore of Lake Tanganyika, which is one of the oldest and second deepest in the world, running deep to 1,470 meters. It is believed that Lake Tanganyika is one of the oldest lakes in the world, approximated to be 10 million years old. The lake was formed after volcanic activities that left an empty space that was filled with water by large rivers, including the Great Malagarasi River. Since its formation, Lake Tanganyika has been a source of water that supports hundreds of species that depend on it. The park is accessible all year long, but the best time to visit Mahale Mountains National Park is between months of May and October. This is the time chimpanzees can easily be seen on the shores of Lake Tanganyika. Mahale Mountains National Park can be accessed by either road, water, and air transport systems. It used to be a hassle for tourists that do not prefer or cannot afford plane tickets to Mahale because the only way to access the park was through water and air transport options. Recently, however, through the efforts made by Tanzania National Parks, a road has been created heading straight to Mahale Mountains National Park, which stretches from Kigoma to the park to about 200 kilometers. The road has paved the way for tour companies and operators to bring tourists from different parts of the country. Traveling by road to Mahale can take approximately 5 hours from Kigoma North, passing through Simbo Village, distance of 160 kilometers, passing through the Malagarasi Ferry, the driving through Herembe Village during the dry season. Also, drive again for about 122 kilometers through Sigunga Village, and from there you will take a boat for 2 hours to the park. For tourists who do not prefer boat rides, it is now easy for them to reach the park because they can drive all the way to the Mahale Mountains National Park's headquarters. Through the Mahale airstrip that has flights scheduled on Monday and Thursday every week, tourists from different parts of the world can now fly to Mahale, and they can enjoy this type of transport because it doesn't cost so much time to get to the park. This airstrip has the ability to contain small airplanes that can carry up to 12 passengers at once. Here, more than 3 airplanes can land in one day, containing tourists from around the globe. This is the easiest way for tourists to get to Mahale Mountains National Park. Between the months of June and October, tour companies in Mahale have scheduled flights to land in the park from the touristic city of Arusha. But between the months of March and May, which is considered to be the low season in tourism, most planes do not fly to Mahale since most of the touristic camps are closed during this time. Also, tourists can get a private charter straight to the park. There are different companies in Tanzania that offer services of flying to the bush from Arusha, Kilimanjaro, Dar es Salaam, Mwanza, and Zanzibar. Tourists can also get to Mahale by using a speedboat that takes about 4 hours, and the non-speedboat takes about 15 hours, reaching the park from Kigoma town. There are varieties of accommodation facilities in Mahale Mountains National Park. Tourists can choose to stay in park bandas or 2 private camps inside the park, depending on their preferences. The park bandas are located a distance of about 15 minutes boat ride from the park's headquarters. Tourists can be able to access internet through Wi-Fi at the bandas. There are 5 bandas here that are self-contained. Every banda has 2 big rooms, and each room has 2 beds. In general, every banda can contain 4 guests. The park also offers a kitchen for private cooking. One of the 2 private camps found in Mahale is Nomad Greystock Camp. This is a luxurious tented camp. Tourists can get to Greystock by using a boat that takes them either from the park's headquarters or straight from the Mahale airstrip. This camp has a capacity to accommodate about 14 guests in one time. This camp is decorated by luxury furniture, and that is why it attracts tourists that visit the park. Another private camp is Kungwe Beach by Mbalimbali Mahale. This is also a luxury camp in Mahale Mountains National Park, also built and decorated luxuriously. Mkungwe has the capacity of accommodating several guests at a time because it has 10 rooms facing the shores of Lake Tanganyika. The tropical forest of Mahale Mountains provides habitat to many animals and birds, including aquatic birds that reside near the lake searching for food. The park contains more than 300 of bird species. One of the birds inhabiting this paradise is the African jacana, famously known as Jesus bird or lily trotter. This bird has been a celebrity in the world of wildlife because they can walk on waters. Basically, walking on plants that grow on top of waters. It is fascinating to watch jacana's fingers that are elongated than normal. This feature helps giving them balance while trotting on top of waters. This type of vulture is very different from other types that eat meat. This one goes by the name palm nut vulture. Could be a pescatarian because they only eat fish. They prefer this side of the country because of the presence of Lake Tanganyika, which is their hunting ground. Palm nut vulture is mostly seen on trees near the lake looking for an opportunity to hunt fish. This is a beautiful bird indeed. This type is called long-tailed cormorant, mostly found in lakes. A cormorant is also a skilled hunter of fish in Lake Tanganyika. It usually dives beautifully, swirling in waters, searching for their daily bread. This amazing bird is called pied kingfisher, decorated with black and white colors. These birds are skillful hunters and usually dive sharp in waters and flies back gracefully. Pied kingfisher's wings are made special for this job. That is why they dry quickly as soon as they land. This is the giant kingfisher, the biggest bird of them all in the family of kingfishers. The giant is usually found chilling on branches of trees on lake shores or river banks. Mahale Mountains National Park is a self-made jungle paradise that carries abundant lives of colorful birds of East Africa. Bushbuck are animals coming from the antelope family, usually found in bushes and shrubs away from human settlements. Surprisingly, bushbucks found here in Mahale are always chilling around the park's headquarters and certainly do not run when people walk closer to them, as near as 5 meters. They hang around this area because it's closer to the lakeshore, and that is where they can eat and drink peacefully. One of the main objectives of establishing this park is to conserve fisheries in Lake Tanganyika. This large freshwater body carries more than 350 species of fish, and between that, about 250 species of cichlids or ornamental fish. About 90% of the cichlids found here are endemic to Lake Tanganyika. That means they are not found elsewhere in the world except for this lake. These cichlids are colored beautifully and differently. Snorkelers and divers on Lake Tanganyika can witness one of the most magnificent sparkling clear water that displays amazing features of the underwater world. Diving in Lake Tanganyika is like entering into a new world filled with amazing creatures and structures such as rocks that inhabit some of the most beautiful cichlids. The most relaxing activity is swimming in Lake Tanganyika. Tourists enjoy swimming here because the waters of the lake are crystal clear. Different research shows that waters of Lake Tanganyika are not highly contaminated by bacteria that cause diseases to humans, and that is why this lake is a source of different social activities. Kayaking is one of the touristic activities that can be done in Lake Tanganyika on the side of Mahale Mountains National Park. Tourists enjoy this kind of activity, and the kayaks that are available here have a capacity of carrying either 1 or 2 people. It is allowed to kayak in the lake for 2 to 3 hours. For people who like hiking adventure, then Mahale Mountains National Park is a perfect destination for hikers. Tourists usually hike to Nkungwa, which is the highest peak of Mahale Mountains. This is the perfect site for sunrise and sunset views. Also, some of the most beautiful sceneries can be viewed from here. The greatest attractions of Mahale Mountains is wild chimpanzees that reside in these tropical forests. These rare animals can be seen in great numbers in this beautiful jungle. Western Tanzania is where the sun sets the latest compared to other parts of Tanzania. In Kigoma region, the sun is expected to set at around 6:59 or 7 p.m. Shores of Lake Tanganyika that lie within Mahale Mountain National Parks is the best place for viewing the sunset on the lakeside. This fascinating scenery is like seeing a red, beautiful ball sinking gracefully into the lake. Come witness the wonders of West Tanzania. Welcome to Mahale Mountains National Park.